good. Time to move on to bilateral. Get both legs. I like to do rest pause with my leg extensions. So I work up to like heavy 8 to 12, try to keep them paused. And then I'll keep that weight, and the rest pause I'll do 8 to 12 with the pause, and then as many reps as I can without a pause, and then 5 partials. Rest 20 seconds, do as many reps with a pause as I can, and then as many without the pause. Rest 20 seconds, and then I'll just rep them out. When I can't rep anymore, I'll do 5 partials. Alright. Some people be hating on the bands. I used to. But it feels so much better on my knees to use the bands. Without the bands, I feel like there's a ton of pressure, like right at my patella, right on the kneecap at the bottom of the squat. With the bands, I feel like I'm able to keep the tension on my quads throughout the entire movement. The caveat to the bands is when people be using like the thickest, heaviest band in the gym. That's not it. But gotta make sure this is set all the way down so you get full range of motion. And I like just traditional hack squat. I like pushing this forward and having like a little bit of a hip hinge when I'm doing more glute hamstring focus. But for quads, put this all the way back. You can get feet set on the platform so you get good knee flexion. So if I had my feet up higher on the platform, I wouldn't get as much knee flexion. I like the hack squat. I like having the platform up just a little bit Because for me personally, I don't have a ton of ankle dorsiflexion. So ankle dorsiflexion can limit how much knee flexion you have, but with the angle of the platform, you're able to get deeper into the squat for more knee flexion. I won't do a ton of warm-up sets. I won't do a ton of reps with warm-up sets. It's more like it. So like, I'll take incremental jumps with the weights, but I'm not gonna do a set of 12 with the weight that I'm using to warm up. I'm gonna keep it in the tank and empty the tank for all my top sets. So I'll do enough reps to feel the movement out, feel the weight out, add more weight, and save all of the energy for my top sets. Time to bring out the knee sleeves. Ooh. All right. More layers. Last week I did 8 plates for the first time. So I have to do that again this week. Gotta hold the standard. Progressive overload. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about it. I feel like that's a good thing though. That's how you know when your top sets are good, is when they scare you just a little bit. Last week I had a spot on this much weight. It's always the challenge when you don't have a training partner. Like, it can be so beneficial to have a spotter. So let's see if I can hunt someone down. Got one. You spot me. Bless. This is what I did last week. 10. Okay. So 1.5 more reps than last week. Oh. All right, at least 8. Still feel a little gassed from the last set. Woo. Well, I'm gonna do a set of 6. So normally I do 10, 8, 6, but on my set of 10, I had more in the tank. So I went to 12. I just failed at 8. So I'm gonna throw a quarter on each side because why not? Why not? If I wasn't controlling the weight well, I would not go up in weight. Last week I did 8 plates. For all 3 sets, I didn't go up in weight. But like, it's moving pretty well, and I'm not totally crashing out at the bottom of the squat, so I'm able to control it on the way down. So we're just gonna add a little. I try to not take longer than a couple minutes in between my sets because I try to keep that consistent each week, because obviously, like, if I were to sit here for 5 minutes, I'm gonna be able to move more weight. It's gonna be easier, but keeping the rest periods short keeps that fatigue in the muscle. And I mean, to be honest, we're not powerlifting, trying to bodybuild. One more. At least 6. I went up.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm gonna dedicate this set to Anastasia. Do you know Anastasia? You should. She's an animal. I'm gonna channel that energy.
Down, up. There you go. Good. Yep.
That's a good spot. That's a good spot. Oh. All right. I like to acknowledge that I just did what I tell people to never, ever do. He said down, up for 1 more rep. And I shook my head no. That's like one thing that I try to never do, because you're physically shaking your head no, and you're subconsciously just telling your body like, we're done. So your brain is gonna give up way before your body does. So having a spotter like that, that's a good spotter. Whew. Okay. All the machines I want are taken. So, any leg press, but this leg press in particular, I try to get as much knee flexion as possible for quad day, but the challenge that I run into is at a certain point, I start to feel it in my lower back. So I'll go as far as I'm able to, get as much knee flexion as I can without getting to the point where I start feeling it in my lower back. Same thing as the squats. I'm not trying to do a ton of reps for my warm-up sets. I'm gonna work up in weight and just take like a couple reps with each jump and really save my energy for my top sets and then go all out on the top sets. But the big thing with like this leg press in particular is getting the right setup. I'll make sure that I'm feeling the movement in my quads, making sure I'm feeling it in the right spots before I start making the weight jumps. Right now, I'm like a fasted 190. I'm comfortable at this weight. This is like kind of like a maintenance weight. Going through kind of a health phase. I'm going through a health phase. When I start to get a little heavier, you can feel it. You feel super strong. I feel super strong, but my lungs start to get a little more winded, sweat a little bit more. But I'm in a spot where like calories are at a point where I'm feeling fueled and energized through my lifts. So I'm not in the calorie deficit that I was in when I was reversing from my show. It was like, show was 12 weeks ago now. So, in health phase, happy with like how I'm feeling in my workouts right now, in this health. Whew. That's better. The same weight that I did last week, but I got one more rep. So I'm gonna rest a couple minutes, and I do the same weight for one more set. And then from here, I'm gonna do some unilateral work. And honestly, like, I like single leg press, but recently I did walking lunges, and I was so sore from the walking lunges. They were wonderful, so I've been throwing those back in. So started with quad focus day, pre-exhausted the quads, squats, focus on knee flexion, leg press, focus on knee flexion, unilateral movement with knee flexion, and then I'll finish with hamstrings, adductors, abductors, and then I'll do like a glute touch-up exercise. I've been doing glutes 3 times a week because that's the lacking body part. Big focus this off season, glutes and arms. Gotta bring them up. I got distracted yapping. Has it been 2 minutes? Yeah. Don't do this at home. Oh, shit. I thought I had that last rep. Ooh. Seeing stars. Ooh. Can we edit that part out? Go up a little bit. My toxic trait is that I'll never use like a 10-pound weight or a 5-pound weight on leg machines. It's like I'm either jumping by a quarter or a full plate. Why? I don't know. Just like big kid jumps on leg day. Ooh. Okay.